I always wanted to be able to write something that would impact people and sweep a nation. Stuff I write, I want it to be something that they can use both to dream and to empower themselves to do something in their real world, not something that they use to run away from their real world. I actually grew up in several different places in San Francisco, but this is the one I lived for 7 years, and so the one that I felt the most connected to as a kid. And in the house, it was me, my family, and another family. All our cultures would be Chinese, Filipino, British, German. That's my parents. And my great-grandma is Chinese, and she grew up in Oakland. My friend's parents, Aaron and Layla, were Black, Mexican, and Korean. The older lady who lived with us, her name was Elena, and she was Hispanic. The ages ranged from 2 years old to 101, and it was really fun to live in that environment because I heard so many stories from different people and different cultures and different backgrounds, but also different forms of storytelling and just different lives and different ages. I learned how to appreciate the story that each age has to tell. My mom would consistently tell stories of kick-butt princesses, kind of like Mulan, who would dress up as dudes to learn how to fight, and then would end up needing to use their skills to like save people and empower other girls to learn how to fight. I would always ask my mom, like when we were on the bus going places or when we were driving, to tell me stories. And then with my dad, I think he mostly told me stories when we were biking, because sometimes I biked home from school with him. Sometimes in the car as well, but his stories were more about inanimate objects. So, like, he'd tell a story about raindrops and how, like, one raindrop got separated from another and they were really sad until the end of the rain, like, cycle or, like, the water cycle, and then they'd come back together and they'd be so happy. Elena would tell me stories of her childhood, but also her adulthood. One story was when she was a kid, she would take a net and catch dragonflies, and then she'd tie a string around them, and the dragonflies would fly around, and they'd be like her pet. At night, I would have sleepovers with Jasmine and Jackie, and I would tell them stories. A lot of times ones about princesses with magic and different things. Always wanted to be able to write something that would impact people and sweep a nation, and give them dreams, but also like give them dreams for like real life, like what they could do in reality.